Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'll be doing a special video. See, I'm American, and today is the 50th anniversary of JFK, John F. Kennedy's death, assassination, however you want to see it. He's still dead. It's his 50th anniversary, and I thought I might as well do a video because he's one of our greatest presidents we've ever had. He basically led us through part of the Cuban Missile Crisis, and a bunch of other things that I can't think of top of my head. Mostly because I wasn't born or alive at that time, but you know. So yeah, John F. Kennedy is he's maybe one of our best presidents we've ever had. Maybe our third. Maybe right behind Lincoln and Washington. He was a pretty good president. Honestly, he's president in my top 10 list of favorite presidents. Pretty sure I have him at like number 5 or something like that. But whatever. Yeah, so John Fitzgerald Kennedy, that's what the F stands for. He was our 35th president of the U.S. And for those who don't know, he was killed at 12:30 Central Standard Time. That was in that's because that was in Dallas, Texas, so Central Standard Time over there. The exact place would be the Dealey Plaza Dealey Plaza, which is in Dallas, which is in Texas. I mean, he died on this exact day 50 years ago, on November 22 of 1963. And what's interesting is that he did actually die on a Friday, and this is a Friday. So, uh, weird coincidence, I guess. But I'm pretty sure it's happened before. Kind of kind of interesting that having it for his 50th anniversary death day, however you want to see it. But kind of interesting fun fact. I mean, Lee Harvey Oswald. He's the one that assassinated him. He's supposedly he shot him from like the second or third story window of the not window but like the like he shot him like in the second or third story of a warehouse, really not like right adjacent or next to, however you want to say it, um like to a street where Kennedy's motorcade was going through. He shot 3 times, and yeah, two of the shots, I believe went through the body. The third one through the head, a headshot, and I believe one of them that went through the body, also hit Governor Connolly, which is which is um, which is one, you know, a governor there. Besides that, Oswald also injured a cop non-fatally too, as well. Almost Connolly also injured another cop named James Tagu, something like that. I can't pronounce his last name. Yeah. There is a bunch of speculations. Most of them being the Lincoln and Kennedy, some crazy weird similarities. The conspiracy theories, and then the Kennedy curse. I'm gonna basically go quick review through all three uh the three things. The easiest one would be the Kennedy curse. That one's pretty simplistic. Basically the Kennedy curse is that he not he that after the Kennedy death, everything went downhill for the Kennedy family. I believe one of the brothers was murdered like in 80 something, like in the 80s. And then John F. K. Jr., his son, was killed in a plane crash in 99. Yeah. That was basically the Kennedy, curse or whatever. Um, so another one, not exactly simplistic, just a little like you know, WTF, what the fuck, kind of thing, because we really didn't think of it till maybe mid 70s when we started actually going in detail to the Kennedy death. I mean, they went in detail in the 60s, but only like, how Lee Harvey Oswald did it, try making up conspiracy theories and all that. In the 70s, we found out a few coincidences between Lincoln and Kennedy's deaths. Um, some of them are pretty interesting. Some of them I didn't really know. I had to search a few of these up. I mean, some of them are a play on words, basically. I mean, one of them that's a play on words is that Lincoln was in Monroe, Maryland, a week prior to his death, and Kennedy was with Marilyn Monroe a week prior to his death. That's one of the play on words. Another one that's kind of a play on words, depending how you want to see it, is that Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theater, and JFK, John F. Kennedy, he died in a Lincoln, which is a car manufactured by Ford. So you see those similarities. I mean, even besides that, not even the deaths, but there's also similarities between the the ones the ones who assassinated the president the and the president's political life overall. I mean, such as that um they're both fighting for equal rights for the blacks. Yeah, that came out racist. Sorry, but we basically know because Lincoln was trying, Civil War, was trying to have slavery end, and during the 60s, 1960s, when JFK was president, um, he was trying to have like some of the minorities, such as besides blacks and blacks and Hispanics, which were basically ones that minorities that loved them at the time or whatever. Um, that came out wrong too, but he still tried to fight for equal rights for everyone, if that makes more sense. Um, yeah, they were both trying to fight for equal rights. Um, they both have the same amount of letters in their names. John F. Kennedy and Abraham Lincoln. I believe it's like 15. I mean, yeah, and same thing with the ones who killed them. I believe they also have the same amount of letters in their name, and they're both known by three-word name. Lee Harvey Oswald, which is JFK's assassin, and John John Wilkes Booth. Three, three, three. Whatever. So yeah, I mean, people have been finding many similarities. I mean, they both entered. They both became a governor at the same year, like 1946, I believe, and 1846. They both became a president in the same year. So to speak, essentially apart, but I believe it was like 1860 something, 1960 something. I wasn't born at the time. Didn't research. Oh, like I didn't go in deep with this stuff, so you know, I really can't. Since I wasn't born, I don't know much. I'm just going off from common knowledge and what I've seen on the internet lately. Yeah. Also, the two who committed the crime, Lee Harvey Oswald and John Wilkes Booth, that they were 2 days afterwards they were killed um, for the death of the president. They both supposedly acted alone. They were both born in the same year. I mean, also aftermath of the death, that both of them were killed. Not killed. Both of their successors were a Southerner named Johnson. For Lincoln, that would be Andrew Johnson, and for Kennedy, that would be LBJ Lyndon B. Johnson, or Ike for short. I mean, yeah, that's basically it for what I think of um on the similarities. The last one is conspiracy. There's many conspiracies out there. I mean, when you think of it, some say that the most popular one is that Lee Harvey Oswald wasn't working alone. Now, I think after a while we not exactly realize that, but we start to think a bit of it. I mean, was he working alone? Did anybody hire him? Was he a hitman? Everything. There's actually a YouTube video which I'll put down in the description button. By top, I believe it's the YouTube channel is called Top 10 Conspiracy Theories. Um, or something like that. Um, top conspiracy theories. Sorry, yeah, I believe it's top conspiracy theories. Theories. They actually recently did one on Kennedy's death. I'll put that one down in the description button, not description button, the description bar. Um, yeah, they're actually a pretty good channel. I actually have them featured in my channel because I actually like them. You know, they're cool. They should have a lot more subscribers than I do. Whatever. But back to the point, they have their own channel. I'll put the link down to that one down in the description bar. And yeah, I mean that's basically the most. I mean, conspiracy wise, that's basically the most everyone wants to know. Was Lee Harvey Oswald acting alone? Some say that the FBI, CIA, government, whatever, bought his gun, got him from what, Russia or something. Again, I don't remember because I wasn't born. But there's many conspiracy theories surrounding that. The most famous will be in the link below. And yeah, that's it. I mean, there are a few other facts that I can't believe I didn't know, or are just straight out weird or why or no. I mean, one of them is that Jackie Kennedy, her pink dress or suit that she was dressing on the day Kennedy was shot, killed, and assassinated, she wore to Johnson's, um, Johnson's like inauguration, and then and I believe she inaugurated Johnson with the same dress, and now it's in a vote somewhere in DC, and it can't be open till November 22nd of 2063, a full 100 years, a full century afterwards. I mean, another one that I found interesting is that at the time of his death, this includes Lincoln's death, and I think there's like one more president that died, one or two more presidents that died in between there that were assassinated. But after after Kennedy's death, and no, during the time of Kennedy's death, it was not a federal crime to kill the president. It didn't become a federal crime until 2 years after 65, 1965. Mind blown. I couldn't believe it. I mean, out of all people, the one person you should be concerned is the president, then VP, then whoever the hell you else want, the speaker of the house or whatever else, or whatever important governors you want. I don't know, you know, basically anybody important they should protect. They did consider a federal crime to kill if you're to kill the speaker of the house or the VP. That was a federal crime at the time, I believe, or right? Yeah, that was. Sorry, that's my computer. I have it to announce once every hour pass or whatever. It was a federal crime at the time if you to kill the VP and Speaker of the House or in House of Representatives and all that crap. But it was not a federal crime to kill the president, and that was what the fuck? Okay, out of all the laws you have, and shouldn't have. This is one that you maybe should have. They eventually did put it 2 years after. I mean, it wouldn't have made much difference if he were still. I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference because either way, Oswald was going to be killed 2 years, not 2 years, 2 days later, or 2 years later. Either way, he was going to have to be killed. Or because just at the time, I'm pretty sure no one was biased. I mean, the only way to have biased people is maybe get someone up in Canada or the UK to calm down. Either way, someone's gonna end up shooting him. When you think about it, he was gonna have to die, and that's actually no, that would have come out wrong. But I mean, come on. Okay, I know the president's dead. At least you should have had a federal crime. I mean, the president's death, nothing you could do. Federal crime, if ever a federal crime at the time. Oswald, despite having still been killed, he still would have been charged. You know, it just wouldn't have. It would have maybe worked out better if Oswald were to have lived to see the consequences and everything. But whatever. What can you do? That was history. I mean, sadly, we don't have Kennedy. He would have been 96, I believe, if he were alive today. And if he were alive today, because if he were to have survived November 22nd of 63, and nobody tried to assassinate him. I mean, not to be morbid or like hating on Kennedy, but what are the odds he'd actually reach 296? Well, this is Daniel Marr, and see ya. Oh, before I leave, let's just have a moment of silence for our dead president. Okay, this is Daniel Marr, and goodbye.